Very warm welcome along, everybody. How is everyone doing here on this Thursday evening? Could be Friday morning for you. I hope everyone's having a great day. Welcome into Andrew, to Awesome Alex, to Cole Nymphus, to Tarados, and to Dante Malik. I am doing very well, thank you, Dante. I am very excited to be running both Leafeon and hopefully Glaceon as well, providing Leafeon plays ball. The plan is to do another double stream, and I am very excited for it. I've only been awake a couple of hours. My sleep is all over the place again, which means I have the opportunity to do a lovely late night stream. So let's now take a look at our Eevee, because we're going to start with an Eevee, and we shall be evolving throughout the course of the run. The same will be for the Glaceon as well. So we are level 5 with 20 HP. We're holding a berry, and our moves on Tackle and Tail Whip. We've got 11 in attack, 11 in defense, 9 in special attack, 11 in special defense, and 11 in speed. Welcome in Cygnus and D1. I hope you're both having a fantastic Thursday. I think we should get this run underway. So the time is going, and we'll see just how well Leafeon will do. I honestly have no idea how well Leafeon's going to do throughout the course of this run. It's going to be a mystery to both of us. This is not going to be a stone evolution. It is going to be a level up evolution. And Bobby Goff, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I'm not sure if you're here on the live stream or if you're watching a pre-record, but an extra special warm welcome if you are here on the live stream. So we're going to be evolving in Ilex Forest. And what we have is we have a location flag set in on our Eevee now, so that if we're in Ilex Forest and we level up, we will grow into a Leafeon. And if we're in the Ice Path with an Eevee and we level up, we will become a Glaceon. Now, there's going to be no trick of editing here. That's exactly how it works. And it was an absolute nightmare to code. Ooh, you found a cool rock when you were on your walk yesterday. I really like finding nice, cool things when I'm out on a walk, but I rarely go out on a walk. I'm too lazy at the moment. Stay indoors far too often. As you should absolutely take it home. And welcome in, Tony Gordon. I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday, or maybe Friday, depending on which part of the world you're in. But thank you for joining here on the stream. It swings and roundabouts with a Glaceon run. It's true to how it is in Generation 4, because you evolve really late there. But it will make certain battles a little bit trickier. We are going to be able to evolve as soon as we have Jasmine's badge. So we're going to redo or rejig the order of a few things, and we'll do Rocket Hideout after we've been through the Ice Path. So we'll be able to at least get Glaceon a little bit earlier. 7 PM and you just got off work, goodness me. It's midnight, and I'm just starting work, as it were, but it never feels like work with you lovely lot. And the brain fog from my medication is starting to disappear, so hopefully words will be a little bit easier throughout the course of this stream. Oh goodness, it's 8 AM for you. You must be the other side of the world, sort of in the very eastern part of your country. So at the moment, this is a regular Eevee run until we get to the Ilex Forest, and then we shall be doing evolving. You don't have to beat the Goldenrod hideout in Generation 2 to get to the Ice Path. And apologies, Alex, please don't be passive-aggressive like that, though. It's very easy to miss a message, and that comes across as quite rude. I would hope that you've watched often enough now to know that I never intentionally ignore anybody. But welcome in, Alex. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you? And welcome in, Umbreon. Oh, Alex, thank you so much for the gifted membership. You really didn't have to. Congratulations to Sombrero Pharaoh, one of the absolutely wonderful moderators who's made a lot of these backports possible. That is so very kind of you. You really didn't have to, though. So we're just going to beat up as much stuff as possible on our way to Falkner. One of the beauties of starting with an Eevee is we're not going to be weak to grass. Not weak to grass, weak as a grass type to flying and bug. You never need to apologise. I know you in chat, and I know that that wasn't meant passive-aggressively. Yes, this is our first evolution. I've gotten relatively skilled at reading chat. I'm still not the best at it. But I've tried to get the chat and the gameplay as close to each other as possible, so I don't constantly miss everything. It's easy to do, though. And yes, this is our first evolution. It's from Generation 4 Royal K-Man, so it was introduced in the Sinnoh games. I'm fully taking advantage of not having a weakness to bug types by battling the bug catchers. We are going to be stuck with just tackle though until, well, probably when we get Swift, so that's going to be a little while off. I am doing a lot better than I have been. I had a couple of issues earlier on this morning where I wasn't feeling the best, but hopefully they're behind me. I do have another checkup in a couple of days, probably going to be fiddling with the medication again. But such is life. Just got to make the best of it, haven't you? And I cannot think of any better way than spending, oh goodness, my Friday morning at this point than with all of you wonderful people here in chat. Because I say it in most streams, but I don't do the chat, don't do the streams for the money or for any kind of financial benefit. I do it to hang out with all of you lovely people. I wish I could pet Eevee. We'd have to go into Let's Go to do that. Welcome in, Will. I'm very glad you enjoyed the Seal and Dugong video. That was a very long time ago, but it's still one of my favourite runs. I love those Pokémon. Yes, that is true. I can go to Gen 6, but I don't have my 3DS capture card set up. Therefore, next to impossible to do. I have an Elgato input. And I have Let's Go Eevee. Oh, goodness me, there's a random rat. Ooh, good luck with your Gen 4 run. I quite like the Sinnoh games. I've got to be honest, when Gen 4 was released, I couldn't stand them. But now that I'm a little bit older, a little bit wiser, a little bit bolder, I am very, very happy to play those games. In fact, I played through BDSP 6 times in the space of like 2 months. Tried a bit of RNG manipulation with BDSP as well, and that went quite well. I reckon it's going to be a slow burn with this Leafeon. We are, of course, going to have to struggle with only having, I think it's 65 in special attack. So we're going to be running this ostensibly like we'd have to run a Flareon. So we're going to be going with our physical attack, which is why our hidden power type for this one is ground. And that is very kind of you, Will. Thank you. I appreciate everybody who watches the videos. I'm not sure if I might have seen a comment of yours, but I might be mistaking you for another Will. I do know the Blissey Health Bar meme, goodness me. That is very much Gen 4 in a nutshell. Platinum did improve things though. Because at least you surfed at double speed in Platinum. So now we've got Flash, that is excellent. How we'll grab the escape rope and we shall leave. We'll do a cheeky little heal. And then we'll try taking on Falconer. I can't see too many issues. But you never know, he might throw a nasty little spanner in the works. Got to get through Birdkeeper Abe first and foremost though, and he can be a royal old pest. But not today, his peck only did 5 damage. That means we can do the good old Falconer special. I loved the Farfetch'd run. Little confession though, I recorded that way back in July. There are ways that I cannot discuss on stream, Delanor, to get Pokemon Bank on your 3DS even with the eShop closed. You're in my Discord though, aren't you? So I will put a little guide on how to do that at some point. I'd like to do sub 137. In my head I've got a target of like 135, 136. Anything better than a Thinker 135 and we'll be doing very well with Leafeon. We have a few backporting moves, including the terrible Grass Whistle. Yes, this is a Leafeon run. We spent some time backporting Leafeon into Generation 2. Raichu run starting with Pikachu. I see that and I raise you a Lowland Raichu starting with Pikachu. How does that sound? Yes, Grass Whistle is... it's useless. Let's not beat around the bush here. Grass Whistle is a terrible move. It's less accurate than Hypnosis in this generation. And we know how bad Hypnosis is. Tell you what, I'll get a Lowland Raichu backported over this weekend for you. As a little thank you for the gift membership. Grass Whistle is budget Hypnosis. And Will, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. That's very kind of you, bud. I really hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much. I believe we do learn Leaf Blade. I backported this a couple of weeks ago, and honestly, I've completely forgotten the learn set by now. I know we get Bullet Seed at some point. Sleep well. I hope you have a wonderful time. I'm assuming you're in Greece. And I really wish I could read the Greek alphabet so that I could pronounce your name correctly. It's something I'm actively learning. We were considering putting Sleep Powder in, or using Sleep Powder instead of Grass Whistle, but we thought that might be grossly unfair on Leafeon being a Generation 4 Pokemon with Grass Whistle. Welcome in, Dr. Chops. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Let's do the safety heal here, and we'll take on Birdkeeper Peter. And I was going to say I reckon we could hit Bugsy at about 15, but that miss might slow us down a little bit, as would that movement. Goodness me. Right, so we can learn Swift, so we're going to have to gamble it a little bit with the encounters here. Although we do get a Sandshrew, which, of course, the lovely Andrew the Sandshrew is in the chat. And we always say hello to Sandshrews when we see them. So let's now do that and that. Oh, thank you so much for the $10. Could I backport Mega Beedrill and name it Michael? I will try my best to figure out Mega Evolution. No promises, but if we can't, I will just do a Mega Beedrill. I do actually have a Beedrill run planned for February. One of the lovely people in the chat, Jarian, their birthday I think is February 26th. So I'm going to be doing Beedrill then, but I'll absolutely try and get a Mega Beedrill done before that. Ah, you're in Germany now. And thank you, Shroom Elements, for eventually showing the alerts. I need to find a better way of getting these alerts up, because it's absolutely shocking, really. Let us use the Swift TM, shall we? Did I not pick it up? So we absolutely have Bullet Seed, Grass Whistle, and I think... Hang on. Am I being blind, or have I taught Swift? Wow, I just zoned out then. I genuinely didn't realise I'd taught Swift there. Thought I was losing my marbles for a second. So we have Bullet Seed, we have Grass Whistle, and I do think we have Leaf Blade. Although in about 5 minutes' time we're going to evolve and we'll find out. Once and for sure. We're going to evolve after Rival 2, just to make sure that we don't get beaten up by that Quilava. It's got our name on it. Didn't get Hiker Antonied. Grab that full heal and we'll do our shop. So in here we're going to get a bunch of repels, a few super potions. We've got to remember though that Leaf Blade is going to be special. And we're going to pause the timer to catch the HM Friends at 13:23. So we are looking for a Paris and a Psyduck. Yes, we only have 65 in special attack. It's not the greatest in the world. So we pause the time to eliminate the element of RNG, because it's grossly unfair on some Pokemon who might spend 10 minutes or so trying to find our HM Friends, when another one could get them encounters 1 and 2. I have considered a Mawile run. In fact, I'm working on the sprites at the moment. Have a lovely rest, Tirados. Thank you for popping in, and I hope you have a great sleep. But yes, I've been considering a Mawile run. I'm doing the sprite work as we speak. We're going to do 2 Mawile runs, though. We're going to do a Fairy and Steel type. And we're also going to be doing a Pure Steel type. Sylveon is absolutely on the agenda as well. But I need to figure out how I want it to evolve. Because not only is it going to be some kind of friendship mechanic, we also need to incorporate something like Baby Doll Eyes for the Fairy move. So leave that one with me. Hopefully it'll be done by Christmas. Yes, Fairy is going to be special. One of my upcoming runs, by the way, is going to be a physical special split Sneasel. Because I reckon we could get sub 130 with that very easily. And now we just need 1 Paris to show their face, and we can get out of here. Three Psyduck, no Paris. 4 Psyduck. That's a very good idea, Dr. Chops. I like Sneasel. I think it's pretty cool. We've got a Weavile run in the works as well. There's the Paris. It's being a little bit camera shy today. And now it wants its time in the spotlight by breaking out the ball. There we go, so we can unpause the timer at 13:23 and start heading into Slowpoke Well. Yes, Team Paris. I'm very much Team Kenya. But pretty soon we're going to have to start thinking of some new HM friends. I've heard an awful lot about this new Crystal ROM hack. I'm not a big fan of ROM hacks though. The only one I've really enjoyed is Crystal Clear. I'm very much a vanilla experience kind of guy. I've done a few streams, Will, of older Pokemon, but I've only done 1 video. So I think this might be the 10th backport. I will absolutely take a look at Crystal Legacy when I get a spare moment. I've got some gameplay and editing to do tomorrow. But hopefully over the weekend I'll have a spare 5 minutes to myself when I'm not engrossed in Minecraft. I think Crystal could absolutely benefit from being harder. Because let's not beat around the bush, it is a very easy game, all things considered. Probably why I like it so much. But we're going to be going to Hoenn very soon as well. I have an overlay all made up now in this new style. And the wonderful Kangaskhan has just done the vitamin calculator for us. Good morning, Kanbei. I'm surprised to see you at this time of night. I hope you had a lovely day. Cuts being a bug move is a very good shout. All my VODs stay as public, Will, so there are plenty of VODs to catch up on. I mean, the gym leaders deserve Johtonian Pokemon on their teams. I think we actually see more Johtonian Pokemon in the Kanto gym leaders than we do in Johto. Well, I hope you get a wonderful rest when you do go to bed, Kanbei. I appreciate it is the witching hour here in the United Kingdom. Let's use a potion, and let's do the old Faulkner special for Bugsy as well. Right, let's see how Bugsy the Bug-type specialist goes on. I will have to see if it has GameHook compatibility, or at least if there are patch notes for the RAM. But I'm not averse to trying it. Oh, Heracross was one of my favourite runs of all time. Welcome in, Chris. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Heracross had a stroke of magic in it that I think caused me to pause my recording and come back to it the next day because I was literally shaking at parts of the run. Right, let's see how the horrible Rival 2 goes on. Yes, Miltank, Steelix, Swine, and... Why am I... Oh, no. Let's teach Mudslap. I was shocked by Heracross, but I don't want to give any more than that away. I hope the US is treating you very well. That I'm not counting as a reset, by the way, because that was just me derping and focusing too much on chat. We didn't get fired to death. Right. That is Rival 2 all completed in under 17 minutes. Let's take a heal now, and we're not going to stick on a repel in Ilex Forest. And here's where I start bricking it a little bit and hoping that the coding works. I've tested it thoroughly, but I still get very, very nervous. And the one time I don't wear a repel is the one time that I don't get a single bloody encounter there. Oh, Paris is holding a tiny mushroom. So we'll absolutely use that, and then we'll cut here. Thank you for popping in, Delana. I hope you have a wonderful day at work. So now we have to level up here in the forest. Oh god. I mean, a repel being a key item is great, but forgetting to put it before Azalea, this is one of the worst places for encounters. Welcome in, RJ. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We are back and we're running a fantastic Leafeon. Oh, there's a Paris when we didn't need one. The trouble with the stat experience with these low-level Pokemon is not even that great. But I think this will hold the record for the longest Ilex Forest. There we go, level 21, and we are evolving into Leafeon. And the overlay works, let's go. Big sigh of relief. Yes, I did get Headbutt. We have got a custom evolution method for Leafeon. In fact, let's pause the timer and have a quick look at the sprite of Leafeon. So we have this gorgeous sprite, and our level up moves that we're going to be able to get are Bullet Seed, Grass Whistle, and Leaf Blade for our backported moves. It was surprisingly easy to do, Kanbei. And for the TMHM learn set, by the way, we've taken the Gen 4 learn set and adapted it to be a Generation 2 one. Hey, Gina, we've got a Leafeon. Do you want to see it? I think my scaling might have been a bit iffy on the back sprite here. It looks like it's got a massive head. I've started searching GitHub, Kanbei, if I'm a little bit confused. And generally I've found the answers to my questions in other people's code, so you can sort of see what you're supposed to do and adapt it. But yes, we are now the Grass-type Leafeon, and we're going to take on Specsavers, and then we'll pause the timer to catch our Abra. Oh, bloody hell. Swift was disabled. Yes, Leafeon was supposed to be Generation 2. That was spotted in the beta, wasn't it? And there's our Abra. We'll yeet our last Great Ball. I don't see it as being redundant at all, Max. Because it's unfair on all of the rest of the Pokemon on the leaderboard if we start fully evolved with the evolutions. And there are different elements of strategy for each evolution. Abra, do you mind? Thank you. Alright, unpause the timer at 2010. God, that was 13 years ago, wasn't it? Way to feel old. And we're going to be doing our new Kanto routing again. Glaceon will evolve in the Ice Path, Dr. Chops. That doesn't matter, Max. Because each runs its own individual entity. And what we lose in normal stab, we gain with 110 in attack. And that'll be today. We're running Glaceon straight after Leafeon. So strap yourselves in, folks. It's going to be a long one today. Yes, John, there is. The Pokemon that comes to mind straight away there is Smoochum. Because Jinx cannot learn Psychic via level up, but Smoochum learns it in the mid-30s. So having a Smoochum with Psychic completely changes your routing. I am messing up my TMs all over the place today. Can you tell I've been practicing Generation 3? So my movement isn't quite on point. So Flash Dig, Cut Sweet Scent, that's what we like. Take the mail off Kenya. There we go. All good to go. The VODs are always up for your viewing pleasure here on the channel. So if you do need to get some sleep, don't feel bad about it. Because if you do want to catch up, the option is always there. Ooh, a beta cat for Umbreon. I was thinking, actually, how do we feel about maybe trying to get some of these beta Pokemon in Crystal and running them? We're not going to bother with Quick Attack. I would love an RS run at some point, but Gamehook is not compatible. Yes, I was thinking starting with the beta starters, although I don't know how different the Meganium run would be. Yes, a beta Pokemon Crystal series, that'd be an awful lot of fun. But it'd be an awful lot of work as well. But it's something I can absolutely think about. Right, so we can carry on now that we've beaten the last carry, and the jugs don't get better than that. Bellbuoyant reminds me of Bellibolt, and I have backported Tadbulb and Bellibolt. Nice crit there. To defeat Whitney in a time of 23 minutes and 35 seconds. Not bad going at all. So let's get out of here and chat to the Sister of Floria so we can get ourselves a Squirts bottle. And then we'll annoy a tree. If Gamehook becomes compatible with the Gen 2 remakes, I would consider it. But I prefer the Gen 2 mechanics. So they'd be one-off specials every now and then. But never say never. The only generation I doubt I would run is Generation 1. Because there are an awful lot of good Gen 1 runners, and I'd be trying to imitate and just doing a terrible job at it. Let's go and get Hidden Power now. I'm very proud of Leafeon as well, Umbreon. Yes, a Peekaboo run would be fun. Gen 2 has far less to think about than Gen 4. So, for instance, when I do my Gen 3 runs, really have to consider things like Eevee's natures and abilities. Whereas I don't have to do any of that in Gen 2. I am terrible at Gen 1. I had to complete Yellow for completing the 3DS Virtual Console decks. And the only way I did that was in Nidoking. I like Gen 1 for its charm, but I prefer watching it over playing it. Because it would frustrate the heck out of me. Let's grab the full restore. We'll go for the elixir this time, I think. And checking the learn set, we can learn detect as well. Yes, the Nidoking speedrun strat, so get your Nidoking in Viridian Forest and just beat the game from there. Game's on easy mode then. I also wanted to do the Shiny Ditto glitch, so I could have a Shiny Ditto in Gen 2. Gotta be very careful saying Shiny Ditto as well, make sure I don't do a spoonerism. Yes, the whole reason I have Hidden Power Ground is for the Magnemite line. Goodbye, Mudslap. We don't need you. I would like a dual-type evolution full stop. I think that would be really fun. Right, Flareon shouldn't be Scarion, we should Oko it. Let's see if Espeon is Peskeon. No, it's not. It goes down straight away as well. Umbreon, it's your time to shine. Let's see what you've got for us. A two-shot with a flinch. Still did better than all the other evolutions. Let's see how Vaporeon gets on. Have the type advantage, but no grass to moves yet. Another two-shot there. My red strat for this run. Haven't a Scooby, mate. I'll think of that when... I'll probably think of that on my break at the league. You're mistaking me for somebody who has forethought. That's not me. I very much wing it. Like, oh, this'll do. Then get beaten up by red for an hour. If that's the unreleased Licky Tongue run, that's never going to see the light of day. I can't even do the strategy I did. Grass, Whistle, and Sleep might actually be a viable option, Nev. Yes, I have an unreleased Lickitung run that's never seen the light of day. So, Sylveon I've not quite decided on will. However, Glaceon is going to evolve via level up in the Ice Path. Dr. Chomps, are you on my Discord? Because if you are, I will absolutely post a couple of screenshots and some video from it. Yes, it is very wet in the United Kingdom at the moment. Let's just say I spent an hour at Red, banging my head against a brick wall, not knowing what the bloody hell to do. It was not a fun run. There's also an unreleased Tangela run, which may see the light of day at some point. Unfortunately, it is very late game. The United Kingdom's actually in a red weather warning today. So if you're on the east coast of Scotland, please do be extra careful. Yes, the Tangela run, I made a huge misplay. And so I wasn't happy with the quality of the run. And it's the first ever time I've scrapped a run because I'm like, no, I played too badly. Trouble with that is, I only realised that after I'd half-voiced it. Yeah, the huge misplay while starting the run. I'm not sure if I've said it on stream before, but the Tangela run's the only run I've done in the hundreds that I've done at this point, and I've gone at the end. I can't think of a single nice thing I've got to say about this. I live in the countryside. I'm very much out in the sticks. Tangrowth is one I'm going to be doing. Try and get a bit of redemption for Tangela. Oh, bloody hell. Let's Swift instead. Her red hidden power is Headbutt then. Farfetch surprised me as well. I did actually do a redo, and I've not mentioned this in the comments section yet. It's the people mentioning Hidden Power Ground. But I did a redo with Hidden Power Ground and it was slower by quite a significant degree. There are actually quite a few runs that, just by virtue of scheduling, haven't been released. So I started off with an Omanyte run, and then fell ill before I could do the Kabuto run, and my overlays changed since then. Bullet Seed, why not? Goodbye, Sand Attack. Though I think Bullet Seed might be about as useful as undies on an avocado. Oh, it's doing well. Better than I thought. Maybe we could do something with our grass typing here. Right, Jazz, we know you're a liar. Let's dig out of there. Teleport all the way back to Ecruteak City. And let's get Rival 3 busted, shall we? Thank you so much for the £5 Super Chat, Kanbei. That is very kind. Yes, 65 is very cromulent. It's just not as good as the 110 in physical. Alright, hidden powers up tippy top. That's what we like to see. And then we'll head Butte the Zubat. We shall hidden power the Quilava. And we shall do a hidden power on the Magnemite. Rival 3, easy as pie. If only I got that like 31. What would it be for pi? 31. 4. If I did that at 3141, that would have been glorious. Could you see the cogs whirring with me trying to figure out what on earth pi is for a second then? For some reason, having the decimal point and the colon for the time being completely different places through my brain. We all know that maths is not my forte on stream. You wouldn't believe I got an A in maths a few years ago. And by a few years ago, I mean half my life ago. I got an A in GCSE maths and then a U from A-level maths. But I fell ill for the first time in quite a big way during my A-levels. They offered to hold me back a year, and instead I just decided, no, I'm going to leave and join the workforce instead when I've recovered. Which is how I got my job in the casino, and that was an awful lot of fun. But we are almost ready for our 4th gym leader together. I can count up to 4, don't worry. And let us use our first ether here. So, restore the PP of Hidden Power. And let's see just how well Leafeon does against Morty. Hopefully the timer won't be turning 40 against Morty. We'll try and get it done before 34 minutes. You and me both, Kanbei. You and me both. The fact that my little brother is now 20 scares me beyond belief. This is the power of a fast and strong physical attacker in a Gen 2 run. So let us now shimmy up these super repels. We'll just use a regular repel. And we actually need to teach Surf and Strength. Forgot to do that. Oh god, don't say things like the Avengers are 10 years old. That has to be a lie, surely. And it doesn't matter this time if we get Swimmer K-Lead, because we don't anyway. Because we, of course, are running a Grass type. Let's do the cheeky little heal, and... Mate, we're being threatened by Jasmine. Give us the medication, thank you. And let's now go into the gym and take on our next challenge together, shall we? So we're going to put Headbutt up tippy top for now, because we want that chance of flinching. And it's 50-50 to get a super effective move against us here. Yes, 20 years ago was in the 2000s. That's not something I ever want to think about again. That was a crit, goodness me. We are bulky, bulky, bulky. And I like that. It's been a very long time since we've run a bulky Pokemon with decent speed and special and physical attack. And not terrible special attack as well, to boot. I think Leafeon might surprise us. I do want to give the Bitter Berry just in case, though. We'll see how Chuck goes. So we'll headbutt the Primeape. And we'll get a crit on us. Finish it off with Hidden Power. Let's try Bullet Seed on Poliwrath. We were right to use the Bitter Berry. He didn't go for the sleep. That is a 50-50 every time, but we've defeated Chuck in 36-18. Let's now teach Fly to the lovely Kenya. And can you believe it? We're going back to the Lake of Rage. Ooh, that was tight, but we just about made it through. And now we can chat with Lance the Liar. Fly over to Mahogany. I reckon that people just don't bother sailing anymore near Olivine City. The SS Aqua is actually just a mirage. Welcome in, you did miss the very slight start of Leafeon, but nothing too dramatic has happened so far. Leafeon is crushing it. I'm not even too worried about Jasmine. Famous last words, I know, but I reckon we'll be alright at Jasmine with Hidden Power Ground. Talking of Hidden Power Ground, we've got it exclusively for the Magnemite line. Because goodness me, we do not like them. Welcome in, Peach. How are you? And we now get Leech Seed. Let's go. Totally forgot that we had Leech Seed here. I'm not going to complain though. Leech Seed makes my life easier. And just a reminder, after we defeat Jasmine, we shall be doing our first little 2 or 3 minute break. Oh no, he's sick. I hope he feels better soon. I hope you at least gave him a very nice supper. Yes, Leech Seed stall on a very, very bulky bear coming up later. Talking of bears, how do we feel about Stuffle and Beware? Because I really like bears. I think they're really cute. And I think Stuffle and Beware are adorable. Should we do a backport of Stuffle and Beware? At least it's just a cold and not COVID. Leave that one with me, and hopefully in a couple of weeks, we will have a Stuffle and Beware backport done. Ooh, Cubchew's a good shout. If only I'd have thought of this a couple of weeks ago. Because wasn't there something to do with one of the nature things, governmental organisations in the US and Canada doing Fat Bear Week? It would have been really cool to do it for that. The trouble with Pangoro is its evolution method from Pancham. Because don't you need to... Oh! What? I've just paused the timer. Do we know what this phone call means? We now have the Pokerus. Yeah. This is my 4th time getting the Pokerus on stream. And Luke, I know you'll be watching this VOD. You're asleep right now. But just earlier today, I was telling you, Luke, that I've not had the Pokerus since April. So this now means that our stat experience is getting doubled. So I'm keeping the timer paused, but we can see status Pokerus. And I'm going to keep the timer paused because this is a good opportunity to talk about the Pokerus. It is about 3 times rarer than a shiny Pokemon, but in a challenge run it actually proves to be more common because we don't encounter that many wild Pokemon. You can get the Pokerus after anything you battle, but you can only get it from Goldenrod City, or from the point you pass through Goldenrod City. So if you leave Goldenrod City and you don't soft reset, then you can get the Pokerus. But if you soft reset, you have to go back to Goldenrod in order for the Pokerus to be enabled again. Excuse me. I don't know the odds of the Pokerus off the top of my head, but I will try and find it out. You can infect your team as well. So if we go through to Kenya, to Abra, so Kenya and Abra both have it, but Psyduck and Paris don't. Which I think that means that Kenya caught it somehow. But what an unexpected development. Does anyone remember where on earth I am in this run? I've forgotten what I've done. Let's go back in and let's hope that I've not done this bit yet. I've had it 4 times, I beg your pardon, actually, now, throughout the course of my challenge runs. I rarely heal there as well. It's very, very rare that I take the heal when I do the dig. But I wanted to skip the heal after the Electrode. Yes, it doubles your stat experience, which is the Gen 2 version of Eevee's. Oh yeah, we were talking about Pangoro. It needs to evolve by having a Dark-type Pokemon in your party, doesn't it? I swear that's how it evolves. Yes, it is stat experience in Generations 1 and 2. That is very true about the GDPR breach. I'll see if I can get that evolution method working. Ouch, that was very, very painful. Aurora Beam then. 42 minutes on the nose for Leafeon and Price. I'll think of a suitable equivalent method. I think that's going to be the best option there. Although I do like the idea of trying to code in its genuine method as well. Because I know a few people are running Backports at the moment, and I'm trying to make all of my Pokemon evolve. So I think it's a bit of a difference, really, isn't it? Kenya Part Dark, that would be really fun, actually. I want to start doing some of my own regional forms. I still have the Aquago run in the works. Alright, so let's fly to Goldenrod City. I like the idea of a dark flying Fearow. Welcome in a Gamer's Tale, how are you today? And apologies if I'm a little bit thrown out of whack now, shall we say. I just was not expecting Pokerus. I hope you had a lovely supper, A Gamer's Tale, and thank you for popping in, even if it's just for a couple of moments. It's always appreciated. Where are my nuggets? There they are. Also going to sell the charcoal. And let's buy 3 iron as well. There we go. Or 3 protein, I should say. We leveled up in the Ilex Forest to evolve. So we did it completely legitimately, or as legit as we can do for Gen 3, for Gen 2. Yes, having the physical special split on the hidden power really does help. Oh, we've already got that rare candy, haven't we? We can just dig our way out of here. And just a quick reminder, we will take a brief little break out after we have defeated Jasmine. Yes, Glaceon is going to evolve in the Ice Path. So, goodbye, Magnemites. You're terrible. Oof, crit to defense drop, but maybe no. Double crit. You secret potioning little so-and-so. Double crit defense drop off the Steelix. What a scam. We're leaving in a strop. That is very true, Peach. They are not the words I said in the outtake. And we are pausing the timer at 45:48 for our first very quick break. I'm going to take a couple of minutes, have a stretch, wet my whistle, and then we shall be back for the second part of Leafeon. Thank you for staying around, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience, and welcome in Paul Perry and Valentin. We are just at Radio Tower. I hope you're having a fantastic day, both of you. We're going to unpause the timer. We're going to get on with some more fun and frolics with Leafeon. And this is going to be a two-part stream. We're going to be doing Glaceon straight after Leafeon, so don't you dare go anywhere. Don't you dare go anywhere. We have a lot of stream left to go today. Yes, Radio Tower sends everybody to sleep. It's not exactly fun or invigorating, is it? It's just there to slow us down to make sure we don't get sub 1 hour. I did some testing the other day, by the way, with instant text, and I got a 109 with Ursaring. Which, it amazed me that I was able to get through, and instant text saved that much time. I've got the hiccups, which is never fun on air. Yes, that is true, Nugget Bridge is. Oh, don't remind me. I think Eevee can hold its own. I hope you're able to relax very well, Cole. It's nice to catch up with you as well. It's been a very long time. Been like ships in the night, haven't we? You saw the lighthouse and came running? That means Jasmine's absolutely lying. Because if you can see the lighthouse, then that Ampharos is not sick and she's just doing it for her own nefarious ways. Right, let's beat up some coughing, shall we? I doubt this is going to be anything other than a one-shot city, apart from maybe with a wheezing, yeah. Sludge didn't poison though, so it's all good. There are words I want to use for Jasmine, and there are words I can use on YouTube for Jasmine. They are two completely different things. Liar with a Spire is genius. Turns out that we had the old version of this ROM playing there, because we had the option to learn Sleep Powder and not Grass Whistle. However, we're declining to learn it anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'd rather have Leech Seed over Grass Whistle, Sleep Powder. Right, our power points are very, very low. Jasmine and I have beef in our runs. An awful lot of beef. Because her Steelix, with its Iron Tail, seems to get the best luck. I am from the northwest of England, and you're the first person who's ever been able to decipher that. I think you must have been able to figure it out from the way I say out most of the time. Didn't bank on getting confused in this battle. But yes, I am in the northwest. Yes, beef like Miltank. I know Worsley very, very well. Worsley is just past Eccles, isn't it? Near Walkden. Yes, Hidden Power is ground. Because I grew up not too far away from there. Won't say exactly where, but I could hear a certain football stadium from my back garden. And thank you, Tom Fanto, for joining the HM Friends. Some exciting stuff going down in Walkden in the next year. You mean the largest Tesco in the United Kingdom is not exciting enough? And goodness me, what's happening with all these HM Friend notifications? Has something broken? Am I just getting a list of all the HM Friends? Yes, I know you meant the old employer call. So we currently have a parade of the HM Friends going on screen for reasons beyond the realms of normal human comprehension. But let's roll with it. It's Radio Tower, who really cares? But thank you to all of you lovely HM Friends who just popped up. Yes, that would have been a very good idea, John. Yes, I am from Manchester originally, so I know they, especially that part of Manchester, I know very, very well. I do miss Manchester. I need to go back at some point. I will leave that to your better judgment, Alex. We are nearly through this atrocious Radio Tower section, thank goodness. Yes, yellow does have better sprites. Vileplume used acid. Linear is the name you give an Eevee in Pokemon Go to force an evolution into Leafeon. Oh, goodness. Our street when I was growing up was split down the middle 50-50. I just wanted easy nicknames for evolutions, so that was the first thing that came to mind. Oh, let's get the pink bow off Marie. Absolutely not getting Sunny Day today. We don't want to increase our weakness to fire. And we can fly back to Mahogany. And we can go in the ice path. Not doing too badly on time at the moment either. Doing better if I could get that elixir. Yellow's very interesting as an upper version, isn't it? Ultra is more like a reimagining of the original Gen 7 games, I would say. Because the initial Gen 7 games had a bit of a Gen 1 vibe. If Brock's team wasn't all 4 times weak to grass, I would absolutely be considering Iron Tail for it. The trouble is, the things that Steel's super effective against that we come across, we're pretty solid anyway. Gen 6 absolutely did need Pokemon Z or Pokemon Z, depending on your preference. I got Jazz's Luck with the Machamp run. Cross Chop didn't miss once. Yes, still being super effective against Fairy really does help proceedings. Let's sell some junk that we're not going to need. For our bag is full. So we'll do that, and then we'll get our 11 max repels. Gen 5 is a very strong generation. I believe it's also the only generation past Gen 2 where you cannot legitimately get a light ball in-game. Yes, Sun and Moon does absolutely have a much better story than the Ultra S. I feel like they dropped the ball by changing the story a little too much. Have you seen Clefable's eyes in Gen 2? They look just as bad. Oh yeah, the Sword and Shield storyline is non-existent, really. It's not great, is it? I have started an Alolan Vulpix backport. I've got moves all done, I just don't have the sprite work. Yes, the Pokemon player age has increased as we've gone on in the generations. Right, let's take on Claire. I reckon we're on track for about a 130-ish, give or take at the moment, depending on how the Claire battle goes. I love sequence breaking Violet as well. Sword and Shield just looks and goes, ha, what's a post-game? Oh, the crit into paralysis. Double crit again, what a scam. Back-to-back gym leaders with the double crit and the additional effect. I'm grumpy now. The plan is to call the Alolan Sandshrew Andrew. Because goodness, Andrew, you've been around the channel for well over a year at this point. Wrong answer. You just need to do top, middle for that. And that's the quickest way to answer the quiz. Right, thank you, Claire, for the Rising Badge. I wish follow age was a thing on YouTube. I can only actually see the publicly subscribe for the subscriber age for people who have their subs as public, which is kind of weird. And onwards and upwards we go to the Pokemon League. Just over the hour mark to get chatted with that bloke there. I reckon about a 130 is more than possible at this point. It'd be quite unbelievable to get a grass type that low, though. Do want to get a couple of levels here and there, though. Taking a couple of nice, easy-ish battles. To be fair, I deserve to be booed for that. I very much felt that call. Yes, Leafeon is kicking grass. I don't know why Johto has such a vendetta against grass types. I actually kind of like the grass types in a weird, masochistic way in this game. We'll do this and we'll do Scott as our final two trainers on this part. And then we shall move on with our lives, get towards the Pokémon League. Ha, double kick barely tickles us. Favourite grass type? Ooh. Easy one actually, Rowlet. And it's not even close. Rowlet is my favourite starter of all time. I do have a soft spot for Delmice as well, though. I didn't mean to battle Mr. Umbreon, but we'll take Psychic Richard on because we have to now, honestly. Ah, Venusaur and Dekidui, two very good Pokemon. Abomasnow's cool. I love Quaxley. Favourite fully evolved? That's trickier. I like cats, but I'm not fond of most cat Pokemon. And owls are so cute. Goodness me, that's a lot of question marks there. We'll be doing videos for the main evolutions, but we're not going to be doing any kind of verses. Dekidoo is a very good ghost type. I do feel like Game Freak went a little bit over the top with the number of grass ghosts they did, though. Yes, it's time for triple question mark, and we cannot learn Earthquake. We're not going to get it. Oh god, I forgot about the Ultra Megalopolis. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Fire Ghost is interesting because we've got a Fire Ghost run coming up soon. You know what, goodbye Leech Seed, hello Synthesis. Any guesses for which Fire Ghost we're running before Halloween as part of the Halloween specials? It's not the Gator. And it's not the Lamp, although the Lamp will be coming very soon as well. Well, you're guessing. I'm going to say thank you to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, and to Paris. You're correct, Zekon. We're going to be running a Alolan Marowak. Let's get our 4 full restores. And we will be running all the others as well. So, especially Hisuian, Typhlosion, and Lampent. Chandelier? Is that the final one? I forget Pokemon past Gen 2 and 3. But we are now looking at our stats going into the league. We are level 52 with 157 HP and the Pokérush. We've got Return, Synthesis, Leaf Blade, and Hidden Power Ground as our moves. 156 in attack, goodness me. 177 in defense. 107 in special attack, 113 in special defense, 140 in speed. Let's beat up, Will. Yes, isn't there Charcadet or something in Scarlet and Violet that is also Fire Ghost? Leech Seed leftovers might help, But I think Synthesis is going to be better because it's not as slow. Because you've got to think Leech Seed then drains health every turn, whereas Synthesis, it's a single turn and you're done. Welcome in, Anderson. I am doing very well, thank you. I hope you are too. Cereledge, that is it, thank you. So many Pokemon to remember these days. We're over 1,000 now, aren't we? Good morning, Paul. I hope Friday is treating you very well. Where are my full restores? Didn't do the bag sort, did I? There they are. $1,017, goodness me. I really enjoyed the DLC in Scarlet and Violet, more so than I enjoyed the Isle of Armor. Where are we, Max Elixirs? There they are. I would love to see a regional variant of Krabby. Ha! Sand attack missed. And Karen was no issue whatsoever. So that's a 108. 02. Honestly, I think Rock Water for Krabby would be really fun. Or maybe another Bug Rock. We are going to have to dodge the paralysis here. Ouch, that flamethrower hurt. I think we might have an issue with Lance. All depends on the order of the Pokemon, though. Right, okay. Here's an idea that may or may not work. I'm going to say goodbye to Synthesis and hello to Shadow Ball. Please don't backseat. Because Leaf Blade only deals 75% damage. Yes, Mega Altaria was Fairy Dragon. You know what? We're going to run Iron Tail. We were memeing it earlier, but it's super effective against that Aerodactyl. Let's channel our inner Jasmine, and of course we miss. Right, this might be an out if we don't miss. I don't think I've used Iron Tail for a very long time. We missed again. Lance was always going to be an issue with a grass type. Just didn't realise he'd be this much of an issue. Join us in 10 minutes when we're trying to build up Fury Cutter against the Gyarados. Come on, Iron Tail, please hit this time. So that leaves us on 60 as opposed to 30. And we get Fire Blasted. That off the top of my head I can't quite think of, John. But on my next break I'll have a little look through the old spreadsheet. Right, time for plan C at this point. Did I not pick up the King's Rock? I could have sworn I picked up the King's Rock. Never mind. Iron Tail having the accuracy we'd expect for us here. Unlike when Jazz uses it. What would the pink bow do? We're not in a damage range. If Fire Blast misses... Oh! We got a miss! Perfect! We did not deserve to defeat Lance there, but I'm taking it. We did not deserve that win. We are running and leaving. That's... We've scammed Lance. We RNG'd our way through that. Let's go. Let's unpause the timer and let's go straight into Kanto. We'll take our next break after Red, whenever that may be. I have a feeling, you know, that Lance might be trickier than Red. And if we did have to leave the league, we'd have to go right back to the start of it. Because we don't allow blackouts on this channel. Pokemon has to complete it in one cycle of health, as it were. Alright, one rare candy obtained. Let's dig our way out of there. Over to Olivine we go. We'll dip in the PMC. I like how Pokemon tried making PMC a thing for one generation. And thank you so much, Peach, for the 4 months. We do the training in Victory Road. Because there are a lot of Pokemon there 4 times weak to grass. We'll be fine without the King's Rock now. Because we don't need it before Red, and if we need it for Red, we can go and grab it again. I'm just going to assume my bag was full. And this is one of a few battles in the game where it doesn't matter if you win or lose. And yes, we're doing the new Kanto routing. So I might go a little bit quiet for like 2 or 3 minutes during the Kanto section as I try and remember the routing. And for once, at the moment, that metal coat is not completely useless. But still, the first thing we do in Kanto, even on this routing, is the last thing we do in Johto. We're going to get another rare candy, this time from the chairman of the Pokemon Fan Club. I hope for your sake then, Konbei, that Red goes very quickly. And our first Cantonian gym leader is going to be Surge. Shocking, I know. We have Hidden Power Ground, Surge has electric types, fill in the blanks. It's not exactly rocket surgery to realise how quickly this one's going to go. Have a great time at the laundromat. Hope you get your clothes nice and clean. We got Surge's badge in a time of 1:18:40. Our next destination is going to be Celadon City. Grab the lefties from the bin and we are instantly going to stick those on to Linnea. Oh, what a shock. And then let us go and beat up Erica. We'll show her a new grass type that she's never seen. Hopefully she'll just faint and give us the badge. That'd be easier. So we beat up Joe and Zoe. I could totally edit the game to make a comment on the new grass type. But for the challenge runs, I needed to keep all the text exactly the same. Right, let's beat up Erica, shall we? And Erica was about as simple as we'd expect. Rainbow badge in 1:20:22. Our next destination is going to be Fuchsia City. So we've eradicated Bob's Knocked-Out there. And we're going to say hello to Janine. Going to take full advantage of no abilities being in this game by using Hidden Power Ground against the Weezing. Swap to return for the Ariados. Finish off the Venomoth with a return. And that's Janine done in a 121-24. Janine, they did absolutely do dirty, unfortunately. Take the heal in here, and we're going to do Sabrina next. But first, before we do that, we have to go and deal with some business on rock tunnels kind of routing. Yes, In Power Rock does hurt your DVs a lot, but on a Pokemon like Ursaring, that's the meta to go for. Right, do we have a Max Repel? Yes, we do. I will get to your comments in just a quick second, Cole. This is the part where I need to focus. Still not confident with Rock Tunnel. Backporting isn't that difficult to do once you've got everything set up. The time-consuming part for me is making the sprites look not terrible. Alright, so let's now beat up Sabrina. Hoping this will just be 3 one-shots. I've had a lot of help with a lot of sprites, but I like to think I do a half-decent job at the very least. It really does feel like the solo run community follows trends. Because backports are very much the in vogue thing at the moment. Welcome in, Geobox. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you? That is a much more important question there. Because a few of the other runners, since I've started resuming the Gen 2 backports, they've got into it as well. I think that's fantastic. Because we're all doing it in completely different ways. So, for instance, some runners don't start evolved, some don't backport moves, some start with lower evolutions and backport moves, some don't start with lower evolutions but do backport moves. And everyone has their own approach. I think that's fantastic. Because it just shows, like with challenge running in general, there's no right or wrong way to do a backport. As long as it's a Pokemon and it looks vaguely like it's supposed to. So my main priority is getting it as authentic as possible to the Pokemon while keeping it feeling Gen 2. Which is why I chose the Ilex Forest for the evolution location for Leafeon, for instance. I haven't used Tangler's Evolved form yet, no. I tried doing a Tailo Backport sprite, and I'm going to be brutally honest, it looked like it was on crack. So it's back to the drawing board with that one. I also have a Haunted Banana back sprite for Gorgeist. A Zap Cannon acquired for all you Dave from Accounting fans. Yes, you can battle Misty before getting the machine part. Part of the optimization I've been doing in the Kanto part of the runs. And we've been caught by 3-Drill on the way up this time. Wrong move. And we get punished. Yes, 3-Drill is wondering what a Beeveelution would look like. Right, let's take on Brock. I reckon about a 138 is still possible. Few too many issues with Lance. Eevee, I love it. I absolutely love Eevee. They should totally have made a bug-type evolution called Leafeon. Oh, 128 on the nose for Brock's badge. Welcome in, Booster. How are you doing on this Thursday evening? I love the bug type as well, Will. I think it's criminally underrated. Any Pokemon that can learn TMs can learn Return in Generation 2. Return and Hidden Power are generally the two most important TMs that will run. 10 years almost exactly since Sylveon. Right, it's time for our penultimate gym leader. So we're going to beat up a bumhead Fireduck. Good morning, Jalen. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you for the good luck wishes. I'm doing very well, thank you. Almost through on run 1 of 2 for today's stream. Let's see just how bad blue will be, shall we? Wing attack doesn't hurt us very hard at all, actually. I remember the days when Magcargo was 5th on the leaderboard, and it was happy being 5th. Oh, nuts. We have had such awful luck with these gym leaders. Seems like if a gym leader has been able to screw us over, it will. My Friday is going very well, thank you. Be going better once we've defeated Blue, though. It's Friday for me here in the United Kingdom. I do believe it's Friday in Australia as well. Thank goodness we get a respite at the end with a ride on. 1:30:58 for the Earth Badge. Let's now have a little chat with Oak. Tell him to open up Mount Silver for us. Why are you whinging about the Pokédex? I've given you a brand new Pokemon there. Back to Viridian we go, and let's now try and get to Red. That is something I will think about, John, over the next couple of days. And next time I stream, I will hopefully have an answer for you. Because that is a very in-depth question. Close to lunchtime for you. I hope you have a fantastic lunch. I could go for some lunch right about now. Right, let's drop the hard save in front of Red. And let's see how we get on. We outspeed the Pichu and we don't one-shot it. And that is enough for me to use 3 rare candies straight off the bat. Now we one-shot the Pikachu. Oh dear, Venusaur's using Sunny Day. That's not very nice of it, is it? And that's us fainted. Nice crit, but I have a feeling this is just bringing the inevitable closer. Yes, yes it is. I do have software that can tell me if something's going to be a range or a KO. A nice Midnight Munch. Sounds like a very good idea. Right, that is still a one-shot. We are leaving here. We're going shopping. Is that the TM mark? No, that's not the TM. It's this one, isn't it? Because for some reason, Leafeon can learn Rain Dance. We're going to nerf that Charizard. Where there's a will, there's a way. And we've got a will in chat. Therefore, there is a way. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? Yes, Red does have Blastoise, you're not wrong there. Nice crit. Don't paralyze, thank you. And that's its time at 135.56. That was not bad going at all. We got very lucky that we didn't get Reflect. We had to have a lot of luck here and there. But sometimes that's what you need to do in order to get through a run. So we're generating the leaderboard for our Leafeon. So we will be able to see what position we are in. And let's start with the Backports leaderboard. And we are in a lovely 6th place on the Backports leaderboard. So we're in between Walrein and a Lowland Raticate. And I do also want to know where that puts it when we consider every single run we have done on the channel. Yes, Zangoose is very overpowered. And on the full leaderboard, we're in 53rd place, in between Heracross and Persian. We're not done yet, though. We have yet more fun to come here on tonight's very late night stream. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be running Glaceon. So I shall take a couple of moments, get everything set up, have a little stretch, wet my whistle, and then we will be ready for run number 2 of the night. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience, everybody. We have the Glaceon run all good to go, so we had a lot of fun with good old Leafeon, but we must move on very quickly to Glaceon. So we're back at the start with an Eevee, level 5 Eevee, and let's take a look at our stats this time. We are level 5 with 20 HP, we're holding a berry with tackle and tail whip. We've got 11 in attack, 10 in defense, 9 in special attack, 11 in special defense, and 10 in speed. Now, Ice is one of my favourite types, so I am really hoping that I get to post a good time. We aren't going to get Glaceon until very late on, though. We have to wait and level up in the Ice path. And Rhea is the name, I believe, that you give an Eevee in Pokemon Go to evolve it into a Glaceon, according to my Googling anyway. But enough dilly-dallying, let's get the timer going, and let's see how well we do. So the start of this run is going to be messed up because I accidentally go into the Pokemon Center, but the start of this run will be pretty similar to the Leafeon run. But of course we're not going to evolve until much, much later on. I do like how Glaceon looks. Yes, I always play on Sunday in-game. That is so that we can pick up the Return TM. It's only available on Sundays in the Goldenrod Pokemart. And you eagle-eyed viewers among us might have noticed that our hidden power type this time is Fire. Espeon's a cool evolution. My favourite is Glaceon. I just love the Ice type. Although Umbreon is close second. Sylveon's a good shout as well. In fact, I don't think there's any bad evolution. Espeon is very similar actually to Alakazam, but it doesn't have hands. Therefore we can't get the punches in Gen 2. We'll cross the Jasmine Bridge when we come to it, Paul. I am dreading her, honestly. We will have to see what I can pull out of the bag for Jazz. Wooper doesn't have hands, but he has the spirit of hands. I did some unreleased evolution runs. Unfortunately, I lost the footage, but Flareon came in 3rd out of 5. It beat out Jolteon, which I don't think anybody would expect. And there was no element of RNG with the Eevee part of the runs either. Because I split the run at the Kimono Girls Dance Theatre. So we used the same base Eevee run for all of them. Jolteon's pretty cool, it just doesn't get the moves in Gen 2. Yeah, Umbreon did unfortunately get last. It just couldn't hit hard enough. Which is a crying shame, really. So Umbreon is such a cool Pokemon. Got very lucky there, getting hit by 2 poison stings and neither poisoned us. Dark is such an underrated type. I feel like it was introduced in Gen 2 literally just to give a buff to the fighting type. It took them a while to realise what they wanted to do with it. It's very much there as a buffing and nerfing type without any real identity of its own. I feel like Psychic did need a nerf from Gen 1. There is a reason why Sabrina is notorious. Jolteon does have very good speed. Not bad special attack either. Trouble is you learn Pin Missile instead of a decent move. And that just screws you over for the rest of the run. Crocodile's cool. I like Crocodile. Had one in my very first Pokemon Black playthrough. It's in the works for Sandile Backport. I believe you have to get 7 badges in order to get to the ice path. So I think the Rage Candy Bar seller then says he's packing away until you've got your 7th badge. Fogma special of a potion and a berry. I don't think you have to beat Radio Tower, no. Because in the Pinsir run, I was midway through the Radio Tower when we went to delete Strength. Zephyr Badge in 720. The question is whether you have to defeat the Director at the top. That is what we need to figure out. I thought to make it a little bit different, we'd play at night time for the Glaceon run. At least we'd get some different early wilds that way. We'll get the Purr's Cure Berry just in case. That was quite ominous. My chair just dropped a little bit. Oh no. Don't like being supersonic. Ha! Never punished. Yeah, I'm excited for Glaceon. I think on balance with how overpowered the ice type is in Johto, getting it that late on might be pretty good for game balance. Gen 4 remakes of Gen 2 are a little bit weird for me because I'm not that familiar with the routing and it's completely different. And at the moment, Gamehook does not have compatibility. Gamehook's a piece of software I use to display all the info we can see on screen. But never say never. Yes, Lance will absolutely be quaking in his boots. Rightly so as well. Our next generation of games we're going to be doing is Generation 3. So we're going to be doing some more Fire Red runs. We last did those, God, about 6-7 months ago. And I'm also going to be doing some Emerald runs in the mix as well. Gen 2 is my favourite. I started with Gen 2. Never really moved on, didn't grow up. Sharpedo in Fire Red. Goodness, I forgot about that stream. That did really well up until the League, and then it just didn't happen. We had bad times at the League. But I am looking forward to going into Hoenn. I love that region. I feel like before Oras, Hoenn didn't get a lot of love and recognition. Yes, Hoenn is 7.8 out of 10, too much water. Yeah, Sharpedo's problem is it's very much a glass cannon. We are going to pause the timer at 11:38 to find out HM friends. We are looking for a Paris and a Psyduck. 5% for the Paris, and Psyduck straight away appeared. One down, one to go. And the reason we pause the timer, I say it every time, is to eliminate the element of RNG that goes into finding wild Pokémon. Because it'd be very unfair on Glaceon if it now takes us 10 minutes to find Paris. Double Psyduck. Hoot Hoot. Another Psyduck. Psyduck City at the moment. I like Venonat, but that's not what we're after. Neither is an Oddish rather. There we go. Paris is less shy than it was before. Let's throw a Great Ball at it. Oh, what do we think? Will this Paris be holding a mushroom like the last one? We'll find out when it gets caught. That could be any time between now and midnight. Paris, please play ball. Thank you. And we are holding a mushroom. And we can unpause the timer and go into Slowpoke Well, where we get a wild Zubat for our sins there. Yeah, sometimes you just need to ask nicely and you get. Growl, no thank you, Eevee. But I was talking with a few of the people in Discord earlier today about how late Glaceon evolves. And it seems to pretty much be accurate to all of the games where Glaceon's been available. It's a late game evolution, so I don't feel so bad about Glaceon being a very late game evolution in this run. But one of my plans after we've done all 5 evolutions starting as an Eevee is to then do them all as just the battles. So we'll be starting fully evolved from the start. So we'll get the best of both worlds. Thank you for being a member for 2 months, Alex. That is very kind. I hope you have a lovely, lovely sleep and sweet dreams. Thank you for popping in so goddamn late, actually. What time is it? Goodness me, it's 6 minutes past 2 here in the United Kingdom. If anybody does need sleep, please do go to bed. The VOD will be available if you do want to catch up. I don't want to make anyone sleep deprived, especially on the last day of the working week. Goodness, we've been poisoned. That's not fun. Lucky we have an antidote for that. No, we don't. We use that. It's lucky we have a PlayStation Network cure berry for that. Of course we get poisoned. That might screw us, actually. Yes, yes it did. Just shows how much RNG goes into the beginning of a run. That is true. When the last day of the week is and you're tired, it does very much make you get prepared for the weekend. Although I feel tired an awful lot of the time at the moment, I've got to be honest. That's more like it. That's the battle we were after. 1437 for Bugsy. And that is our 18th badge of the night. Let's do a cheeky little heal. It's all up to RNG as to whether that Kakuna will use Poison Sting or not. It's like we've fallen asleep here at this Ghastly. We didn't get sent to sleep when we were doing the Leafeon run. Speed type with the Quilava's interesting. The Root Rival too. We can stick on a repel for the forest, thank goodness. That was horrible on the last run. And we've got the Cuts HM. Peter, thank you for joining. Or subscribing, I should say. I'm not sure if you're here on stream or if you're watching a pre-reg, but if you're here on stream, an extra big thank you. Goodness me, my menuing was a bit duff then, wasn't it? Let's remedy that when we get Head Butte. So we're going to get rid of Swift in place of Head Butte. And we're going to see an Oddish and we're tested out against it. Grab the 2 Ethers. Yes, it does evolve in Ice Path. So we've got a long ways to go with our Eevee. But then I reckon the late parts of the game will be significantly easier with Glaceon than it was with Leafeon. Having a champion have a full team of flying type Pokemon. We are Hidden Power Fire. Hidden Power Fire for our Glaceon. Let's hope we don't melt ourselves. Pausing the time to catch the Abra. It's a 10% encounter, but we got very lucky on the Leafeon run. And we've got quite lucky here as well. Not too happy with the spot we're in though, but we shouldn't get another encounter. And again, the reason we pause the timer when we're catching Pokemon is to eliminate that element of RNG. Abra, stay in the ball, please. Thank you. And we'll unpause the timer at 17, 16, and carry onwards and upwards. So once again, we're going to need the bike so we can do the new Kanto routing. And also, I like moving at double the speed. A favour? Okay. Yes, Hidden Power Fire. I appreciate the overlay is very small to read though. That's kind of why I've tried to select very distinct colours for each of the types. So hopefully it does stand out a little bit more. Quick Claw acquired, not sure if we'll need it. I can't remember Glaceon stats off the top of my head, so it'll be an absolute mystery. My favourite evolution is Glaceon, so we're running my favourite now. And thank you, Anderson, for joining at Pokeball tier. That is so kind of you. You really didn't have to, but thank you so much. Espeon's a very good shout. Hidden Power Fire's not terrible in the old DV department. As we're beating up this Psychic, I will tell you that we have 14 in attack, 12 in defense, and 15 in the specials. So we have near perfect attack DVs and pretty solid defense DVs as well. Right, let's beat up Last Carry and her. Level 22 with Eevee against Whitney and her Miltank. We're going to stick on the Quick Claw and hope for the best. Good start against the Clefairy. Let's see if we can get a nice Quick Claw proc. Yes, we can. Rollout missed. All the luck. We're not going to complain. Playing badge in a time of something. My button didn't work. 2012. I think we were 2010 for Leafeon, so we're pretty much on par. The other reason I remember that is because I made a remark about 2010 being 13 years ago. Welcome in, Lazarus. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you? Hello, Ariados. We're going to see a video of you in the next couple of weeks. Goodness, 2010 is when you graduated from uni. I didn't mean to make you feel old, Peach. I'm glad you're doing pretty good. I'm sure you're just as pretty as you are good. Right, let's beat up some kimono girls, shall we? Starting with a Scary Flary. 2 hits to knock it out. And up next is a Espeon. Oh, don't say that, Deadpool, please. I did not need to think of those consoles as being retro. Whitney can be a royal pain, but don't discount Bugsy with his horrible, horrible Fury Cutter. I still play Super Nintendo games as well. I have a lot of fun playing them. Right, so we've got HMO3, that contains Surf. And we will be teaching that to Psyduck once we've got Strength as well. For those of you who are just joining, our only reset was at Bugsy because we got poisoned against Kakuna. And then Fury Cutter hits every single turn. I feel like I was one of about 3 people in the United Kingdom who bought the Wii U. And I loved it. Super Mario 3D World is one of my all-time favourite games. Ooh, favourite SNES games. I really like Mario All-Stars and Mario World. That is a fun set of games. I love Lemmings as well on the SNES. Lemmings is a bit of a secret passion of mine. In fact, my very first YouTube channel is all about Lemmings tutorials. I never played an RPG game for Super Mario anyway. It's not a series I ever got myself into. However, I am very excited about Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I found I was too dyslexic for Final Fantasy. There was far too much text reading involved. You can't just wing it like you can with Pokémon. Because I struggle to retain information that I've read. I never played a Zelda game until Breath of the Wild. Zelda just wasn't on my radar. I heard from a very good friend of mine that Sonic Superstars is not good. I can't vouch for that myself, but he bought it on release day and sold it the day after, because it was that bad. Thank you for popping in. It's been an absolute pleasure, Will. I hope you have a lovely rest. I'm sure we'll catch up very, very soon. And once again, if anybody does need to pop up, please do feel free to go to bed. I know it can be getting very late in not just Europe now, but across the United States and the Americas. So please do make sure you're well rested. Don't follow my lead and be awake at 2 o'clock in the morning doing work. My sister loves Elden Ring. I've not played it. Because ever since starting this channel, I get like half an hour to myself a week to play video games. And that half an hour goes straight into Minecraft at the moment. I used to work in a casino, so the night shift is second nature to me. I used to be a croupier for many a year. So 10 PM, 6 AM was my regular shift, so it's just like being back at work, but with nicer people surrounding me. It is nice still having normal stab at this point of the run. So we didn't get that with Leafeon, of course. I was a teenager when I started Peach, so I could get away with murder. I was the baby of the team. Hidden Power Fire is mostly for the Steelix line. And maybe the old Magnemite here and there as well. They both have much weaker special defense than physical defense. Just going to use a couple of potions. We'll use up the berry. We're also going to use an ether, if I can see them. Just so that we can get through the Sprout Tower, the lighthouse a little easier. I remember back when I first started playing Pokemon, I got very scared the first time a Pokemon used Leer on me, because I was convinced that my defense would drop permanently. Oh, that is true. It did look a lot like laser beams, didn't it? Apparently we're doing full trainers here in the lighthouse. Not that that's too much of an issue. One thing you might notice actually about running Eevee for so long is we actually get a really diverse set of moves. Having that dark coverage is going to come in very handy. I do love the little misconceptions, especially on the playground back as a kid, that people had with Pokemon. Let's have a nibble on a Haunter. Then we'll ignite a Magnemite. Then we'll headbutt a Zubat. And while we're at it, we'll headbutt a Quilava as well. Nice! Arrival 3 all done on our first attempt. We can fall through the floor and break our legs. So let's now hobble out of here. It's a damn shame that Sonic has fallen off a cliff. Because I loved Sonic. It was one of my first ever video games. Oh goodness, I love the original Yoshi's Island, so I really hope it's not that terrible. Black and White 2 is Generation 5. Ooh, permanent stat drops is a genius idea for a challenge run. Now, being a normal type, Morty's going to be a bit interesting. Because the only move he can hit us with is Curse or Dream Eater. Everything else he's just going to have to spite. Just to be safe, though, we're going to use another Ether, because we never use them up. And we're going to stick on the Mint Berry. I had Double Dragon for the Sega Master System. Showing my age there. I loved that game. Right, I think we're safe in this battle now. All that Haunter can do is look at us funny. Right, Fog Badge in 31-21. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Let's get beat up by Chuck for our reward. I purposely did a few extra trainers on this route to try and at least get some hope for Chuck. You know what, we're going to take on a couple of optionals here as well. She's got a Staryu and I've got a Bite. We might even purposely get Swimmer Kaylee, do you know? It didn't happen. Maybe we'll get a random encounter. Maybe we won't. Yes, you can't tackle a ghost, but you can nibble on one. I never had a Mega Drive, or a Genesis as it's known outside of the PAL region. I had a SNES instead. I was also one of very few people to have a Sega Saturn, and I loved that console. To make me feel really old, I'm at loath to call it a games console, it was a computer ostensibly, where you had to load games from a cassette tape. I managed to play a little bit of Echo the Dolphin, like once or twice, when I visited my sister. But I don't remember it too well. I have heard of it though, and that's part of the battle. It was an Amstrad CPC 464. And I even remember upgrading from the green and black screen to a full colour screen. Ouch, Dynamic Punch hurts. The Saturn feels like the Wii U of the Sega consoles, doesn't it? N64 is a very good console. I never had a PlayStation 1 as a kid. We kind of scammed our way through that, but we will take it. $34.20 for Chuck. Don't need flinch when Dynamic Punch is only 50-50 accurate. I'm noticing a trend here of taking an awful lot of physical damage. It was around about this point in the run last time we got the Pokerus. I doubt we're going to be lucky 2 times in a row. Unless I've accidentally flagged something down here to give us the Pokerus. In which case, I don't know how I did that. But this is one of the 3 big slogs of the run. We've also got Radio Tower and Nugget Bridge left to go. We'll take them one at a time, and together we'll make it through. Goodness me, I couldn't do these sections on my own. I really thought we'd have had a few more flinches than we have at this point. But it is only 30%. Baton pass? Absolutely not. Grab the nugget. Get a heal off Lance. And let's carry onwards through the Mahogany Underground. Speak to the lady who will give us the first password. We'll go to the gentleman who gives us the other one. Right, so Slowpoke Tail, you say thank you. What about you, Bird? What's your password going to be? Well, that's Raticate. And the password is Raticate Tail. And I don't think he's telling tall tales with that. Hidden Power is Fire on this particular run. Shows that to target the weaker special defense of Pokemon like Steelix and Magnemite. We only have the one backported move for this run, and that is Icicle Spear. Everything else ended up just being a Gen 2 move from the Gen 4 learn set. So I kind of hybridize the Gen 4 learn sets for most of these Pokemon, with a little bit of Gen 3 if it's available in Gen 3, and with a little bit of Gen 2 magic. Oh, for goodness sake. Why'd you send us to sleep, Gloom? Eevee, it's time to wake up. Thank you. And this evolution, this Glaceon ROM is actually the same ROM as the Leafeon ROM. I put them both in one, so I thought that would be quite nice. Here's hoping that we do not get exploded on. We got exploded on. And just a quick heads up, after we've defeated Jasmine, and hopefully after we've evolved, we will take our first little break of the run. I got rid of Razor Wind and... oh goodness, the other two-turn move that's not in Gen 2, Sky Attack, to make room for extra moves. There we go, a bit of a sloppy price, but we got through. Glacier Badge in 40 minutes and 6 seconds. Alright, where do we want to go next? Let's go to Violet City, shall we? Where are my Super Repels? There they are. Grab that rare candy so we don't forget it. Also going to grab the PP up. Next stop's going to be Azalea, where we're going to get the Charcoal to settle. Actually, no, we can hold it for the Jazz Battle. Going to get the King's Rock, and we're also going to get Rain Dance. And then let's go to Goldenrod, shall we? Take the heal in here. And Nuggets and a rare candy. Teleports back. Grab return. Sell our 3 nuggets. Gonna sell that tiny mushroom. Don't need the berry anymore. but we do want to hold on to the charcoal. Right, let's dump these vitamins into our Eevee. Yes, it is a shame that Hail plus Blizzard doesn't work in Gen 2. Unfortunately, we don't have Hail in this run. But let's reascend to the top of the lighthouse now and see what Jazz has to say for herself. Probably not a lot. She never does. I'm looking at your handbag, Jazz. I know your game. Right, this could be a potentially quite tricky battle, so let's see how we get on against our 7th gym leader together. This is Jasmine, who leads with Magnemite. And the good news is Hidden Power is a one-shot against the Magnemite. And it's 2-shot against the Steelix. Somehow Eevee had a better time at Jasmine than Glaceon did. Than Leafeon did. Right, I am now actually going to try. Yes, yes we can. We are ready to evolve. It just shows how much weaker to special attacks Jasmine is than to physical attacks, which is why I ran special attacks in the Farfetch'd video. You're just in time, Royal K-Man. Because we are evolving into Glaceon. And not a second too soon. We still get Ice Beam. And we'll have Ice Beam for last. Once I've got my way through the ice path, I will pause the timer when we go back to Goldenrod City. And we can have a proper look at the sprites. Because then I'll take my first break of this run. And we will pause the timer here. And let's have a little look at our Glaceon in all its glory. There is the front sprite. It's kind of weird that we're holding the charcoal still, but we won't hold it against Glaceon. And these are our stats. Look at that delicious out-of-battle special attack. But I am going to take a very quick break, so I shall be back in just a couple of moments' time. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. Let us unpause the timer and get the run underway at 45:35. Now this is going to throw my estimate off slightly. Oh, the Glaceon is tiny. Oh, that's really cute, actually. And I think already gonna need to replace headbutts with return. I do remember making this sprite, actually, and I couldn't fit the tail on without it looking terrible. So we've got a Manx Glaceon, as it were. Let's see how well Glaceon fares. Yes, if we melt it, it does become a Vaporeon. Can't use Hidden Power Fire too often. And we have been poisoned. Let's hope we still have that full restore. We've got a full heal. That'll do. A couple of super potions. I am very glad that Steel is not a very good attacking type in this generation, because we have enough of weaknesses as it is, being a Glaceon. Although we do have relatively good physical defense. Even if we don't have enough attack to get to KO Red Snorlax, we will have Ice Beam. If we need to, we can cheese with a 10% chance to freeze. Where is my Icy Wind TM? There it is. Very rarely use it, so it took me a while to remember what number it was. I'm trying to consolidate all my menuing, so we spend less time in the menus and more times in the battles. Nice, we one-shot the Weezing. Though we did get our first Icy Wind miss. Right, so that is part 1 of the radio tower all done. Only another 2 parts and then we can be out of there. We are going to take a cheeky little heal. And let us go into the underground for the second part of Radio Tower. Got a couple of mandatory trainers to go through beforehand, though. Yes, Hidden Power Fire will be more powerful now that we have 130 in special attack. So it's roughly doubled its power compared to when we were in Eevee. In other words, it's bloody nice. Right, it's rival full time. Let's see how we get on here, shall we? Let's start off with an Icy Wind against the Golbat to make sure we don't get confused. Quilava's next. We don't have anything too great for a Quilava. Next up is Magnemite. We say goodbye to Haunter. And we'll ignite a Sneasel. Nice. I'll allow myself 1 or 2 bloodies a stream. But I generally try and keep the language as PG as possible. So, it felt like it. Mist is just there so I remember to teach Haze, honestly. It's a placeholder. Because I'll be like, what the hell is Mist doing on my learn set? Let's replace it with something better. Haze is the one that removes stats changes from enemy Pokemon. Don't ask me what Mist does, I've completely forgotten. Thank you, we might need it. Oh, it might prevent stat drops. Could be guard spec in a move. Good shout, Nev. Thank you for all your help, people. I reckon that Haze is going to be better, especially for that pesky Snorlax. If we can eliminate its amnesia, then we could be in very good stead to knock it out in just a couple of hits. Welcome in Just a Weeb. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday for you if you're across the pond. I was about to say Friday, getting ahead of myself. But thank you for popping in. I hope you're having a great time in the stream. Oh, goodness me, we've been poisoned again. It's not on, is it? It's lucky we've picked up all these full heals. Yes, it is Friday. It's around about 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that. I purposely don't keep a clock in front of me when I stream, so I don't clock watch. Now, we've got to remember that we're going straight to Blackthorn after we defeat the top of the radio tower here. Yes, good morning. I started streaming at midnight my time. If you're in the UK, my streams are either at 2 PM or midnight, depending on how awake I am. Generation 2 is a very, very fun generation to play. I think it's the best generation to challenge run. Because those 16 badges give you such good pacing. I'm also getting thrown because Icy Wind is being viable, and that's never a thing. I just want to do a save state here because this could be a potentially quite dangerous trainer. Should one-shot the Houndour. It's a Houndoom I'm worried about. We only used Ember. And we're poisoned again. Fantastic. I think I have a full restore in my bag, so we won't get any of the flashing. I will use it. Yes, we do. So I know that the flashing can irritate some people's eyes. I definitely wouldn't want that happening. Don't need sunny day. We don't need to get any more melted than we can be. Alright, let's go to the radio card. Yes, yes, no. Yes, no. They really do love the status moves. And in Generation 2, the AI has a 50% chance, if it's smart AI, of using a status to move on turn 1. And goodness me, that screwed me over so many times. We have to do the Charm Shuffle quite often at Red with his Pikachu. Next time I go into the bag, I'm going to swap the Charcoal for the Never Melt Ice. I'm saying it out loud so that hopefully I remember. Glad we two-shots that Seadra. Get rid of Mist to replace it with Haze. And let's see what Cool Trainer Cody has for us. Oh yeah, Curse is horrible to go up against. In fact, both variants of Curse are terrible. I think we're out of healing items. Which is a little bit disconcerting. But we'll try and power through. Our main threat is going to be Icy Wind missing. Just like that, because now we have to take a heal. Because we're paralyzed. So that's a little bit frustrating, but it does mean we can skip a heal afterwards. I believe that in Generation 2, Mist is endless. It's the move I'm thinking of. I think it's only in Generation 2 where it's endless. Right, let's try and beat up player, shall we? Gonna start off with a return, because then she doesn't heal. Just gonna hope that Icy Wind hits these next two Pokemon, and we can get our badge. There we go. One more trainer to go until we get the Rising badge. We can start making our way Kanto-wards. I cannot wait to get Ice Beam instead of Icy Wind. Oh goodness, I didn't teach Whirlpool or Waterfall, did I? Let's remedy that now, Psyduck. There's one. And there is t'other. Aha, that makes a lot of sense. It doesn't quite explain why Lance is a flying type trainer. And there we go, same answers as the radio card for that. Oh, one. No, it's not one, it's 58.42. Don't know why I was going to say 108.42. Selling Glaceon short there. We shall do a little dig. Get a call from Elm. I'm going to do a teleport. I am going to heal here. I'm also going to buy some healing items in Blackpool Mart. And then we can fly to Newmark Town and make our way towards the Pokémon League. We are running ahead of Leafeon at this point as well, I believe. So I think we were just over an hour getting into Kanto. Yes, Ice Beam is either a move tutor move after the League, or a very high level up move in Generation 2. Amphros' name means Electric Dragon. That does make the Mega make sense, actually. I did wonder why it got Dragon typing. Now, I would quite like to be level 50-ish going into the League, maybe 51. just so that we have Ice Beam for Bruno. So I think Bruno could be mighty tough. I really think Gyarados should have been Dragon type. That is true, Glaceon can deal the damage. Or get damage dealt to it, I should say, not deal the damage. That Charizard's looking at us with its flamethrower thinking, ooh, delicious. Yes, Lance is very much having a cold sweat right now. A lot of people do overlap the Gen 4 evolutions. But 130, I believe, in special attack is not to be sniffed at. Yes, 130 in special attack. And 110 in defense, which might make Bruno slightly more tolerable. One more trainer and then we'll enter into Victory Road. And once again, we cannot learn Earthquake, so we'll do quick Victory Road. I think they're both really good looking. You can absolutely tell they were designed later than the other evolutions. They still look good. I think a fast growth rate Pokemon can do very well in a challenge. Because you just zip through the levels. So something like IPOM was in Fast Experience Group. They got to second. Everyone's got to have their own opinion on Glaceon. I really like it, but then I really like Ice types. And Glaceon just hits that perfect spot for me. For a really cute looking Ice type. And we have Ice Beam, let's go. Goodbye Icy Wind, get in the bin. Never return on my learn set, let's Ice Beam this Haunter to the face. We're still going to return the Kadabra though. It's got paper thin defences. And that is a rival disposed of for another run. Let's heal up, and now let's say thank you to the HM friends. So it's thank you to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, to Paris, and to any of you in chat with your lovely HM friend green names. We'll get our 4 full restores. And before we take a look at the stats, PP up into Ice Beam, PP up into Ice Beam. And now let's have a look at our stats. So we are level 52 with 148 HP. We're holding the Never Melt Ice with Return, Ice Beam, Haze, and Hidden Power Fire. 101 in attack, 150 in defense, 178 in special attack, 141 in special defense, and 105 in speed. Well, let's see if that is enough to take us through the league as we take on our first league member. It's Will. Shiny Glaceon is good. Medium Slow is still one of the better experience groups for Generation 2. Because you level up so quickly at the beginning. Yes, the Bugsy battle in particular, and Rival 2 can determine whether a Pokemon is going to be a good run or a mediocre run. Let's put it bluntly. Like, if you've got nothing for Rival 2 and you're weak to Fire, Water, or Grass, then you're going to be in for a terrible time. Koga's defeated. We're going to use one of our full restores because we did get poisoned. We'll take this opportunity to use the HP up as well. And let's engage Bruno in battle and hope for the best. This is going to be our toughest battle in quite some time, I reckon. But of course, all these Pokemon are not resisting the Ice type. I have not done a Clefairy run, no. But my very good friend Snowy Totodile has. Nice crit on the Machamp. What on earth were we worried about? We're already on to Karen. Another nice crit. Houndoom could be an issue, though. If we can tank a flamethrower without getting burnt, we're in with a chance. Because we should one-shot the Gengar. One-shot the Murkrow. Hypno on Will is a very, very good shout. And we one-shot the Vileplume. Goodness me. Glaceon is putting in the work. Let's see what our league time will be as we engage Lance in battle. We just one-shot Charizard. Didn't flinch on Aerodactyl. This is a win now. Because we outspeed the level 50 and we're going to outspeed the level 40s. The Liar with the Flyers has been chopped down to size. And we grow to level 57. Goodbye, Lance. Let's get our league time, shall we? That was so smooth compared to Leafeon. 107.56. I am going to take a very quick couple of moments break because it's the second run of the night and my thumb is starting to hurt. So I am going to be back in just a couple of moments. And we are back. Apologies about that very quick break. I just needed to rest my thumb for a moment. But we are now ready for the final part of tonight's stream. So we'll get the SS ticket. We shall use a Super Repel. And we need to retrieve our HM friends. So this is a very warm welcome back to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, and beyond the new Abpara. And let us now go straight to Backseat City. Gonna grab the first of 2 rare candies that we're getting in the Johto region. And while we're at it, let's move these Max Repels up. Lance really is a bit of a pushover if you've got an Ice-type Pokemon, because you're going to deal neutral damage with Stab on all of his Pokemon at the very minimum. 2 runs in a row we've been caught by the 6 Pokemon swimmer there. No, I'm going to risk encounters. Just so we don't have to do the menuing for a second repel. And it paid off this time. Yes, electric types are good, but the Dragonite line can still throw a bit of a spanner in the works. Because they have a lot of bulk behind them. Baxcalibur would be cool. Quite literally, in fact. I will absolutely bear that one in mind. Ice Beam to the face on the Machop. Ice Beam to the Ice Beam to the face on the Machoke, and an Ice Beam to the face on the Psyduck. So it reunites the old man with his granddaughter. We'll get ourselves off the boat. Use a Super Repel and we'll teleport over to Vermilion's Pokemon Center. Volcarona Backport, I will absolutely work on that. And of course, the first thing we do in Kanto is the last thing we do in Johto. We're going to get another rare candy, this time from the chairman of the Pokemon Fan Club. My worry with the Volcarona Backport is, don't we evolve at something like level 55? So we'll be evolving in the league, no doubt. Or maybe after, depending on experience group. So it'll be a Larvesta only, with a little asterisk. 65? 64? It's going to be a Larvesta only run until red. Let's go. Goodness me. Still going to do it, though. I think it'd be fun. 3rd Gym, 111-18. Isn't it Hydreigon that has the latest evolution of any Pokemon? Via level up, anyway. Our next port of call is going to be Erica's Grass-type Gym. Well, I am so sorry, Erica, for what's about to happen to you. It's going to be a massacre. So please do spare a thought for poor Erica and her very frail to eyesight team. In fact, we're going to ignite all these trainer Pokemon. Hydreigon is level 64, goodness me. And that's a pseudo-legendary, so that's going to be in slow. It'll be a Zvilus only run for the most part. Well, actually, it'll be a Dino. Level 59 for Larvesta. Jeez. I have no idea how to even think about doing the evolution from Stinkay into Malamar. That's part of the reason why I've not done it. Volibee to Mandibuzz at 54 is such a scam. Same with, oh, what's his face? Rufflet into Braviary. Yeah, that's such a scam they're so late. Because they're not particularly great Pokemon in their base forms. Goodbye, Erica. 113-13. Skorupi would be interesting. I do like that type combination. Let's now go down Cycling Road in double quick time. And make our way to Fuchsia City. Once again, I might go a little bit quiet after we have defeated Janine, just because I need to remember the new routing, especially through Rock Tunnel. Part of the reason why I'm doing so many backports at the moment is so that I can get the routing nailed down. Barnyard has really piqued my interest. I really want to run Barnyard and, what's its second one? Bishop, isn't it? Oh, it got a third one with King Gambit in Scarlet and Violet, didn't it? A 1:14:12 for Janine. Let's do the heal in Saffron. And let's move on towards its Lavender Town. You know what, we'll take on Triple Magnemite. I would need to find a way of giving the leader's crest to something. No, we don't want to take on him. Yes, you did have to turn your 3DS upside down to evolve Stinkay into Malamar. And that does mean it's the only Pokemon that you cannot evolve docked in a Generation 8 and 9. I've used the wrong repel there. We're supposed to use a max repel here in Rock Tunnel. Goodness me, I'm still not confident going through here. But we made it out the other side relatively unscathed. Welcome in, Bandslam. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your day. I think the worst of all the evolutions is Coppergregus into... Not Coppergregus, Yamask into Runerigus. Because without Googling, how on earth anybody's supposed to learn that is beyond me. We're actively working on Phalanx. That's a backport that I really, really want to do. You have to take a certain amount of damage or something ridiculous like that, and then go under a bridge in the wild area. It's absolutely ludicrous. And that's Sabrina down in 1:16:32. Yes, those trade evolutions are very pesky as well. I read Kirby enemy as Krabby enemy then. Lassalern with her Wigglytuff and Gramble, two Pokemon in the Fast Experience group. Ace is mostly there for Snorlax's Amnesia. Because if we can get rid of the special defense buff, then we're in with a very good chance of knocking it out. Runerigus, you need to take a set amount of damage in a battle, and then cycle under a bridge in the wild area, or some nonsense like that. Game Freak comes up with that in their infinite wisdom. In our Nuzlocke runs, if you're familiar with Lucas, one of my very, very good friends, I have created a linking cord for his Nuzlocks so that we can get the trade evos. Why am I teleporting now? It's supposed to fly back to Cerulean. Yeah, I think location-based evos, such as the Glaceon Leafeon thing, are perfect. There's no need to overcomplicate it. Very nice critical hit on Lapras there. And we skipped the confusion. Perfect. Misty in 119.20. Grab the machine part and now we teleport all the way back to the power plant. Stick on a Max Repel here. Grab the Zap Cannon TM that we cannot unfortunately learn. Then we fly to its Lavender. I have gotten Perish Songed, yes. And it has screwed me over. Perish Song can be such a pest. I'm going to have a look into the different ways we can trigger an evolution. Try and find one that makes most sense. I'm thinking maybe have almost like a location-based evolution in the radio tower. Because there's some magnetic interference or something there. I'll make something up that works. Yes, Destiny Bond on Gengar does really hurt, actually. And that was a nice, clean Brock fight. In a 121.19. Maybe on pace for a sub 130 with Leafeon. Not Leafeon, Glaceon. Leafeon was earlier. Goodness me. I like your approach of just running with a different team every time you play a Pokemon game. Yes, that's one of the reasons why I like Generation 2. You don't have to worry about abilities. I don't know if Red would be clever enough to be able to use a Max Revive. Welcome in, Anthony P. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Absolutely not. Racist comments are definitely not allowed on here. Just going to pause the timer a very quick second. And let's now carry on with the run. Apologies for that very quick interlude. Let's see how we fare against Blue. Was a little bit weird, wasn't it? It happens from time to time. I just want to apologise on behalf of the chat if anybody was offended by that. I absolutely do not condone the words that were said in chat. Somebody was asking some very less than pleasant things. I trust you enough, Adrian, to know that it probably wasn't you. And by probably, I mean absolutely 100% wasn't you. We've survived by the stratocordia in the skin of our teeth to get the Earth badge and scammed blue. Unfortunately, my blade split did not work because I had to tab out of live split. Yes, sent straight into the Shadow Realm. In the bin they go. It's been a while since we've had a troll here, though. And now as we are coming to the end of the stream, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you in chat. It has been one of my all-time favourite streams tonight. I have had so much fun. And I have got the biggest smile on my face. It really has been very, very fun. I don't know the numbers, unfortunately, for Alakazam's Reflect. But a little bit higher than not great, I would say. Let's grab the final rare candy, do a teleport, and make our way into Mount Silver. Are we ready for this jelly? Now, because we have relatively mediocre base speed, we are going to stick the Quick Claw on, just because I have a feeling we might need it. Oh, we don't want to give it to Paris, goodness me. And we'll stick those rare candies up to the tippy top. Drop down a hard save. Let's see if we can defeat Red in the next 6 minutes. Right, so we are primarily going to be going with our special attack. But we don't outspeed the Zard. However, we can get some half-decent info about how the rest of the battle will go. Let's use our first 3 rare candies. So we'll try again at level 68. It's not a speed tie, unfortunately, with the Pikachu. It's the Quick Claw that does it. Same with the Zard. Zard is quicker than Pikachu. And we got burnt. Absolutely not. We only have base 65 speed. Let's use another 3. I do have Rain Dance in my bag, but I will ask you, please don't backseat. I am thinking of the strategies as we're going ahead. And saying Rain Dance might then throw me off my stride a little bit. It's not a problem. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit sick of getting burnt. So we'll go up to level 75. We'll do one more try without changing the learn set, just to see where we are. So we now outspeed the Pikachu. But we don't outspeed the Zard. Right. So now that we outspeed the Pikachu, we can think about setting up a little bit of weather. We'll see whether that works. I'm going to get rid of Haze. I know I was saving it for the Snorlax, but I think we're better off with Rain Dance. This is actually quite a tough red battle. Because we do not outspeed the Zard. I do want to try and get a bit of freeze luck, see if that helps. And also, where is TM number 30? Yeah, I think we might need freeze luck on the Zard. I'm going to get rid of Hidden Power Fire. I'm going to stick Shadow Ball on, just so that we've got a super effective move against the Peskeon. Though I am a little bit annoyed that we got charmed there. Right, we're on 149 for the Peskeon. And we froze it. Perfect. And we got paralyzed. Nuts. But I have an idea. I'm just going to do a hard reset. And accidentally engage red in battle. Because what I want to do now is just increase all the way up to level 76 again, I think it was. Maybe 74. In the middle, 74. So now we have our original learn set back. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stick on Rain Dance in place of Hidden Power. Because we don't need Shadow Ball. That's why I do the hard save before red as well. Oh goodness, I'm supposed to Rain Dance on turn 1, aren't I? Haze is to get rid of the Amnesia on Snorlax. Because it'll reset the stat changes. I do want to dodge this Charm though. So now we're on full attack. I still think we need the Quick Claw. Might swap to lefties. We got the freeze on Zard. That is really good. Took a lot of damage there, though. We froze Snorlax, which is great. We've got Blastoise and Venusaur left to go. Yes, Haze does undo the Charm Drop. Gonna need a freeze. We got a freeze! Goodness me! 130.05, just over the 130, but what phenomenal luck. I cannot believe that. We got the freeze on the exact turn we needed it. We had the lucky last fight with Leafeon and the lucky red fight with Glaceon. Let us get that leaderboard generated, see where that puts Glaceon. That did confuse me as well, actually, John. I was expecting Venusaur last. We got 3 freezes on the same battle. Goodness me. Goodness me? Goodness me. And let's see where that puts us on the Backport leaderboard. I'm feeling deja vu. We're in 6th place again. Just behind Walrein and ahead of our friend Leafeon. And of course we do have the main run leaderboard as well. Is that enough to put us on page 2? That is the most important question. So there's only 5 minutes between them. So let's see where that puts us on the full leaderboard. We are in 33rd place, just behind Miltank and ahead of an Egg Move Furret. I am still amazed with Zangoose's time as well, just a weeb. I have a Pokemon, though, that I think could beat Zangoose. We have a Flamigo Backport waiting to run, and I really think that if any Pokemon's going to do it, it's going to be Flamigo. I'll get an Eevee leaderboard set up after we've done all 7 of them, because that's going to be an effort in and of itself. But unfortunately, we are done. It's been an absolutely wonderful stream, one of my all-time favourite streams. It has been an absolute pleasure over the last 3.5 hours. I have no idea what the next stream's going to be. We shall have to see. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Before I go, I do want to say, excuse me for the burp there. I do want to say an extra thank you to Alex Crossley for the gifted membership, to John for the 10 Australian dollars, to Andrew the Sandshrew for being a member for 7 months, Cumbay for the £5, Peachly for the 4 months, Alex Crossley for the 2 months, and Anderson for joining at Pokeball tier. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you all very, very soon.